Hey everybody, it's Cooper here, and welcome to another pickup video. And today I've got some stuff to show you that is from a couple locations that I don't actually get to go to that often, so I was very happy to go and pick up the stuff that I did. And today I've got stuff from Target, from a grocery store, actually, stuff from the flea market, which is where I usually don't get to go that often, and then also pawn shops, thrift stores, Craigslist deals, what else? GameStop, and eBay. So, starting off, I'm going to start with what I got from the grocery store. And this comes from a store called Aldi, which is kind of like a grocery outlet kind of place where they have like really cheap prices basically. And I do a lot of grocery shopping there because it's really close to my house, and the prices are really good. It's not like expired food or anything, so it's pretty awesome. But I picked up the Super Mario 3D's fruit snacks, and they come in like a big box here. I have two other boxes of Mario fruit snacks that are different than this. I have a smaller box, probably about the size of, I don't even know, and then like a little bigger one, but this one's like really big. And what was cool about this is that I was able to get the original box that they all come in, which, you know, it's just a piece of cardboard. It's not like it's a game box or anything, but I always like to pick up this kind of stuff when I'm able to, because, you know, not a lot of people are going to have this in the future in their collection, because, you know, it's worthless basically right now, but you never know, in the future it might be a little more desirable because not that many people are going to have it. So I figure I pick up that stuff when I can because it's free basically. So moving on to some stuff that I got from Target. I went in there to get change basically because I was doing a Craigslist deal, and you know, the ATM only gives me 20s, so I had to break that. So I wanted to buy something to break the change, and I found these Super Mario peel and stick wall decals, and there's 4 sheets of them, I believe, and there's 35 decals in total, but there they are on the back. That's what they look like. And you can see Baby Mario and Baby Luigi on the front there. But I have no room on my walls to even put these because all my walls are covered by shelving units. So I'm just going to keep them sealed. I mean, they're not really sealed, but I'm just going to keep them in here for now. And hopefully one day I'll have somewhere to put them. But that was like 10 bucks, I think. And then also from Target, I picked up 2 Mario puzzles. And I picked some up from there before, but they just got these in, which is kind of weird because these are older than the ones I bought before. The other ones I got were for New Super Mario Bros. U, I believe, and Mario Party 9. So when I saw these, I had to get them because they're from Wii games, and they're kind of older, so I was excited to see them there, but they were $9 each, I believe. And the first one is for Super Mario Galaxy. The second one is for New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And they're still sealed. You know, the other 2 that I have are also sealed. If I had wall space to display them, I'd put them together and frame them. But like I said, I don't have any wall space, so they're going to stay sealed until I hopefully get like a nice house or whatever, and I have a lot more room. So, let's see. I think that's all from Target. Yes. Okay. There's a Wii game in here that I bought from Target, but I'll show you that when I get to Wii games. So, next up are PS2 games, and like I said, these come from the flea market, from Craigslist, from pawn shops and thrift stores. And a little backstory about the flea market is that one of the game stores there was having a closing sale, and it was 2 days only. And I didn't find out about it until the night of the first day. So the second day, I called Sam, and we decided to go up there to the flea market and check it out, and I'm very glad we did, because, you know, the guy's prices were really high at first, and that's probably why he went out of business, honestly. But he had to get rid of a lot. He had to get rid of most of his stuff, because anything he didn't sell, he was gonna have to take home with him, and he was planning on putting some stuff on eBay. But he wanted to get rid of everything super cheap. So, you know, I bought some stuff to keep, and I was also able to get some stuff to trade and sell at really good prices, like Final Fantasy for the NES, I think I got for like $5, Adventure Island for $5, Space Station Silicon Valley for the N64 for $5, I got 2 Sega Saturns with cables and controllers for 15 bucks each, which was an amazing deal, and just some other stuff like that. So it was really cool. And I have PS2 and GameCube games here that I got from him, and most of them worked out to be 2 bucks each, but I think some of them were a little bit more for some of the better titles. But I'm going to go through them here. Not all of these are complete, but they all at least have the discs and the cases. So I am missing a few manuals, but that's fine for now. First one is Steel Lancer Arena International. Then we have Lowrider, Shocks, Space Race, Speed is Not Your Only Weapon, The Bard's Tale, Dynasty Warriors 5, Dynasty Warriors 6, Warriors Orochi, Coliseum Road to Freedom, Sega Superstars, Nobunaga's Ambition Iron Triangle, and then 2 factory sealed games I got from him, Siphon Filter Dark Mirror, and also EverQuest Online Adventures. And I did get a 3rd sealed game, which was another Siphon Filter. It was the Omega Strain one, but that one is Greatest Hits, so I ended up putting that on eBay. And I actually already have my own sealed copy of that game, Black Label, so didn't need an extra Greatest Hits copy. And moving on to GameCube. First we have Muppets Party Cruise, Bratz Rock Angels, and Bratz Diamonds. And these games are kind of funny because Sam and I see these at the pawn shops all the time, and we always joke about buying them, but they never have manuals. And I decided to buy these from the flea market because they were so cheap, and neither of them have manuals, which is kind of ridiculous, but you know, I'm not too worried about those ones. I'll be able to track down manuals or other complete copies at some point for pretty cheap. And we have Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2003, Avatar The Last Airbender, Shark Tale, WrestleMania 18, I guess, MLB Slugfest 2004, Street Racing Syndicate, True Crime Streets of LA, Home Run King, and then a factory sealed game here, Splinter Cell. Thought that was pretty cool. And then this next one is an eBay purchase, but it's still a GameCube game. And this is Player's Choice, and I don't collect Player's Choice, but if the game was only released Player's Choice, then I do. And this is another one of those bundles, kind of like, I don't know where it is behind me, the Super Monkey Ball 2-pack here. So this is Player's Choice. The games inside are Player's Choice as well, and they came in Black Label versions, which I have, but the bundle was only released as a Player's Choice set, and I'd like to get all the bundles like that too, so I picked up this one, and it's Resident Evil 10th Anniversary Collection. And it's comes with Resident Evil 0, and Resident Evil 4. And they're all complete, comes with a cardboard slipcover. I thought that was pretty cool. GameStop exclusive. And this one, I don't remember what I paid for this. It wasn't that much. I think it was like 40 bucks or 45. And the games usually sell for like 10 to 15 each anyway. So, you know, for the 3 of them that's 45 bucks individually, so I kind of got the box free essentially. But I thought that was a really cool set to add to the collection. And then one more, and this one has a cool story with it too. Sam and I went to a pawn shop, and I picked out Donkey Konga and something else, Super Mario Galaxy or something. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I paid for the games. They were $1 each. I don't think it was Mario Galaxy though. It was some other GameCube or PS2 game. But I picked them out and I paid for them. They were marked at $2, but she took $1 each. And as I was walking out of the store, I opened up the Donkey Konga to just check the disc, and I saw something else in there, which made the deal much better. And it doesn't have a case here. It's just in a standard GameCube case. But it is the Interactive Multi-Game Demo Disc version 17. Take a look at that. And these are the demo discs that were playable in the kiosks. And these are actually really uncommon to find, especially like at a pawn shop. That's kind of crazy. But these things, if I'm remembering correctly, I think they go for like 25 to 40 bucks depending on which one you have. But they never came with a case, I don't think. So this is technically complete, but I will be adding this to my collection because I thought that was very cool, and for $1, that was a great find. And I'd much rather have that than a copy of Donkey Konga. But I got the manual and the case for Donkey Konga, so kind of a bonus, I guess. Next up are some Wii games, and these are coming from the flea market, from Target, and from a Craigslist deal, which I actually just did about an hour ago. So first up are the 3 from the Craigslist deal, and I have these first 2, but I only had factory sealed copies, and you know, I like to have opened copies of the games as well, just in case I want to play them. So first one is Pandora's Tower, and these are all these Wii games are complete. And then the second one is Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and you're probably saying to yourself, I remember when you bought the big bundle and you know you opened it, and I do have an opened copy of this game, but it's the one that I keep inside the bundle with the controller. So I wanted to have, you know, another copy to put on the shelf next to it, and that might sound like overkill. You know, I have a sealed copy like this, and then I have the bundle version which has an open copy, so why would I need this one? But I just like to do it like that. You know, if I have a bundle copy of the game, I like to have a regular one as well, and the only regular one that I had was sealed. So I figured I'd get this one to keep. And then another one here is one that I've been wanting for a while, but I've never wanted to pay like GameStop prices or eBay prices for. And it's not too expensive, but I'm glad to get it in a deal, in a Craigslist deal, and add it to my collection. And I only paid about $5 for this when adding it up in my head, and that is Rayman Origins. So, glad to finally get that one added to the collection. And then the rest of these Wii games are factory sealed, and 4 of them come from the flea market, and 1 of them came from Target. So the 4 that come from the flea market all are kind of the same style of games, and they were $2 a piece. And you know, I wouldn't normally buy these, but $2 for a factory sealed Wii game is pretty good. You know, it doesn't really matter what game it is. So they're all fitness games. First we have Jillian Michaels' Fitness Ultimatum 2009 and also 2010. And then we have My Fitness Coach 2 and Daisy Fuentes Pilates, I believe is how you pronounce her name. You know, not the best titles, but sealed copies for $2 each, you can't really beat that. Then the last one here comes from Target, and this is a Mario game actually that was recently re-released in a white case, and originally it came in a red case, so you can probably guess what that is. That is New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And as you can see, it has a white case because they did re-release it. So I decided to pick up this case variant of it just to keep sealed. It's not going to be rare or anything. It is the re-release version, probably worth even less than the original, but I thought it was just cool to have, and I decided to pick it up. Next up is something from the flea market. This is from the same guy that was closing his store, and I got this for $10. And what's funny about this is that I had one of these on my watch list on eBay for a few months at least, and the seller kept relisting it because they had multiple available. But you know, it was $17.99 with free shipping, and I had it in my cart a couple times and decided not to buy it. And I'm so glad that I didn't, because I was able to get it from the flea market for $10. And that is a 2-pack. A factory sealed 2-pack of official PS2 memory cards, and it's for the red and the blue one. And like I said, you know, I almost bought the one off eBay many times for $18, and I'm so glad that I passed on it and never picked it up because I was able to find it for $10 in the wild, which is awesome. And then next up from GameStop, if you pre-ordered the Hometown Story for the 3DS, you were able to get a plush for free. And they have different ones. They have like a dragon, a cow, a pig, a chicken, I think. And my GameStop actually got a bunch extra. So the guy there, he said they were giving them to anyone who just bought the game or just bought a Harvest Moon game. But I don't collect 3DS or DS games yet, so I didn't want to buy one just to get the plush. And he told me that if I waited a week, he'd give me one for free if they still had any. So I went back and I was able to get one of the little dragon plushes for Hometown Story from Natsume, which is very cool. And I have a friend who manages another GameStop, and he said that they have some of like the cow and the pig, and he's gonna try and get me one each of those, which is awesome. And I actually have contacts with 3 different GameStop managers at 3 different locations, which is very helpful to get stuff like this. Let's see, next up, also from GameStop, I picked up the Mario and Luigi Wii remotes, and I'm not going to open these, I'm just going to keep them sealed. They're not going to be rare or anything, they're going to be around for a while, but I thought they were pretty cool, and just wanted to add those to my collection. And then, next up are a few Game Boy games that are, you know, complete in box, going into my collection. The first one here comes from the flea market, same guy that was closing his store, and he actually gave me this for free, and that is a complete copy of Racin' Rats, excuse me, for the Game Boy Color. Thought that was awesome, he just threw that in for free. The second one I got from a pawn shop a few days ago for $5, and that was Blue's Clues Blues Alphabet Book, also for the Game Boy Color. You know, not the best title, but $5 for a complete in box Game Boy Color game in pretty good shape, I thought was awesome. And then the craziest deal that I just did, where I got the Pandora's Tower, Skyward Sword, and Rayman game, was also a cartridge of Pac-Man Pinball. And I actually already had the box and manual for that one, so that's complete now. And I've got a big stack of, you know, empty boxes and manuals for the Game Boy Advance from that bundle that I bought a long time ago. So you know, I'm always on the lookout. You know, when I get a game that looks kind of familiar, I'll check my boxes and see if I need it. So that was one of them in there. So that one's complete now. Very cool. And then next up are a couple of Virtual Boy games, and you know, Virtual Boy games complete in the box are really hard to find in the wild. And I was lucky enough to find something that I'm going to show you guys at the end of this video, which is extremely cool, probably one of my best finds of the whole year that you guys are really going to enjoy. But included with it there was a Virtual Boy, but I ended up passing on it because it had a broken piece on it, didn't have the stand or the visor. But I did pick up some Virtual Boy games here, and from the same guy I picked up some Super Nintendo games, just some cartridge only stuff. But these here are ones that I didn't have, and they're complete in box Japanese Virtual Boy games, and you know, they're in like mint condition, which is awesome. The first one is V-Tetris, or Virtual Tetris, and I don't know too much about the Virtual Boy. I know there's like 14 North American released games, so I'm not sure if these games came out in North America as well, and if they did, I really have no interest in keeping the Japanese ones. I'd rather have the North American ones, but you know, for now these will do. And the second one is some baseball game, but it's in Japanese, I can't read it, but there it is. Both of the boxes are in great condition, and they have everything down to the little baggies, which is awesome. So in addition to these, there was like a cartridge of Wario World, and also a complete copy of the North American baseball game, Virtual Baseball League, I think, and then also a factory sealed copy of that. I already have a complete copy and a factory sealed copy, but the complete one was an upgrade to mine, so that was awesome. And the other ones, the extras, are on eBay right now. And then another eBay purchase here. I won this for $28 after shipping, which I thought was a great deal considering it was the only one on eBay that had the box with it. And this is a GameCube game. It's a big bundle, and it's MC Dance Grooves, which is Mad Catz Dance Dance Revolution, basically. And it comes with the dance pad here in the big box. And you can see across the top, only for GameCube, you know, Mad Catz, so it's not, you know, it's no Mario Revolution or anything, but I thought it was a pretty cool piece to get, and I thought it was a good price. And like I said, at the time of buying it, there were not any others on eBay that had the box with them. Some of them had the pad, but none of them had the original box with it. So Thought that was pretty cool. And then 3 more things to show you guys here. The first one is a copy of Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World. And I've had this for a while, and I don't remember like what I was doing with it, because it is just a cartridge, and I was planning on selling it, but I was cleaning my room and I found it under, at the edge of my bed. I had a TV set up with a shelving unit below it, so there was like one shelf on the bottom which was completely dark, and when I was cleaning it out, I found this game down there, and I remembered that I was planning on selling it. So I was looking on eBay to get some prices and stuff for it, and I came across a custom-made box for it, which looks awesome, and it was only 19 bucks after shipping, I believe, which isn't bad. You know, it's not an official box or anything, but it was brand new, it came flat, and the best part about it is that I already had the manual for this game. So, a manual and a cartridge, I've seen them sell for as high as $75, which I don't understand. I don't understand why it's that much, because you can buy a manual for like 20 bucks, you could buy the game for like 30, but you know, I thought it'd be really awesome to get it complete, even though it is a custom box. I have another custom box for Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt, which I, you know, probably display on the shelf with all the rest of my NES games. So I thought this would be a great way to force myself to keep the game, because it didn't come with an original box, it was a pack-in game only. So here is the box that I got for it. And it's in a protector, so it's kind of shiny, but, you know, like I said, it came flat, and it's in mint condition, which is awesome. And it's a great looking box, and I'm very glad to have it. I thought it was a great deal. So that was very cool to get this complete. You know, like I said, not official, but, you know, good enough. And then next up is another eBay purchase, and this is from Japan, and the seller threw in this DVD. It's like a DVD demo. It's for GameCube games, but the disc is too big to fit into a GameCube, so it must be like just a regular DVD with trailers for Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and Biohazard Zero, which is Resident Evil. And they threw that in with this, and this is another boxed GameCube controller, which I hadn't really been on the lookout for, but when I saw it posted complete in the box with an auction, I decided to put in a bid and see if I could win it, and I did, and I actually won it for like $20 under my top bid, which was awesome. And so for, I think, $92 after shipping, I got a complete in box Emerald GameCube controller. It's kind of like a turquoise, bluish green color. Very cool. Glad to, you know, add this to the collection since it is such a rare controller. And see if I can get it out here. It's kind of wrapped up with the box, but there it is. Great condition, and awesome addition to my GameCube collection. And I am on the lookout for the other controllers. You know, there's some on eBay that I've been eyeballing, but, you know, some of the prices are pretty high. Like for the Wario Club Nintendo controller, I really want that one, but it's pretty expensive. But, you know, I was glad to get this one, and I think 92, almost 100 bucks, I think was a pretty fair deal, considering how rare the controller is, and that was with shipping included, so I thought that was awesome. And then the last item that I have to show you is this. Yes, it is a Virtual Boy sign, and the guy that I got this from said that he had the entire kiosk, and he was living with his parents at the time, and they forced him to throw it away because it was taking up too much space. So, you know, he really regretted it and said that he was an idiot for getting rid of it, but he had to. But he was smart enough to at least save the system, the games, and the sign that's supposed to go on the top. And as you can see, I have it placed on top of another light because it has a weird base to it that's supposed to attach to something else, and it doesn't stand up on its own because the cable comes right out of the bottom. So I'm displaying it the best I can, and I think it's a great spot for it. It looks really awesome. It's got a 3D effect to the light in the front there, and it's got the Nintendo logo on top, which is very cool. And the best part about it is that I got it for $30. And I'm not joking about that. The guy knew it was worth a lot more, but when I told him that it was going to be going into my collection and that I was a big Nintendo fan, and you know, Virtual Boy stuff is already so hard to find, you know, he's the one that told me $30. He said, as long as it's going to a good home and you're going to display it, I'll let you have it for $30. And I thought that was incredible. And you know, I ended up buying some Super Nintendo stuff from him, the Virtual Boy games, and some other stuff from him, and I ended up spending, in a big Game Boy bundle, but I ended up giving him like $200 total, I think. But, you know, $30 for a Virtual Boy sign, I will pick that up all day. And I cannot believe that I actually found it, because especially to find it away from the kiosk, I think is pretty rare. And I haven't seen anybody else that has a Virtual Boy sign. You know, I've seen a few of the kiosks on Nintendo Age, but I haven't seen anyone on YouTube, at least, you know, do a video with something like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm definitely going to be keeping this one forever. It's a very awesome addition to my collection. I'm very happy to have it. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.